something. Okay. So let's continue this conversation about this whole I'm Ethiopian revelation. I'll tell the story straight. I'll tell the story from the beginning. Um, Erica and I were Jehovah's Witnesses, and we were serving as full-time volunteers, which are called pioneers. These are people who spend 70 to 90 hours a month in the door-to-door ministry and conducting home Bible studies with people, teaching people the Bible in whatever language they know. So we got a lot of exposure to a lot of cultures. Like we met people from Bangladesh, exotic parts of the world, exotic parts of the world. It was like we knew where all the neighborhoods were. That's how I came into initial contact with the Ahmed family. I was with Mary Taker, Karen Wade, and um, Erica, and we knocked on a door in Doraville, and a little girl came to the door, I believe. I'm just remembering the order. I'm getting confirmation that that was the order because Hayat was there. Hayat, sorry, I'm supposed to call you Hayat in public. Um, Ishmael was there. Riyadh was not there at the time. Nasser was a little boy. And I remember this little girl had the dreamiest eyes, and it wasn't an inappropriate connection. It was like if y'all ever seen that movie Memoirs of a Geisha, that old ass man, and I wasn't that much. I'm only 16 years older than Muna, so Memoirs of the Geisha, that person, huh? I have to say that. Okay, that nigga was. I'm trying to clean up my speech, but I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to figure out why I can't get a job and why Social Security's stealing my money, so I'm trying to clean up my language. And I want to become a very desirable person so that Sartu gives me one of those messages where I'm standing and then she shows up. Like, that's what's frustrating about this family, too. They send you messages and then you have to they send you messages in your head. They send you messages in your head. And then you go where they tell you to go, and then you see things. Like, Sartu has done it to me. Nasser has done it to me. Nasser will not admit it. But Sartu has done this, and it's like, follow this. I'm hearing directions in my head. And then she's standing there. The dreamiest thing you've ever seen in your life. Copper tone skin without the sunblock. That's how too. Copper tone skin without the sunblock. Man, I love Sartu. I love Sartu so much. Anyway, I have to get myself together so I can get one of those special messages where she takes my hand again and leads me to the next step and drawing ever closer into physical companionship. That's what I'm looking for, Sati. I'm looking for that time and that place when I'm able to be in your life physically. So I'm listening to directions. It's very challenging, dealing with the losses. But I just want you to know I'm here to stay. And you're my final love. If you don't work out, I'm just not going to work out. Romantically, I'll just be a monk. Perhaps there'll be someone that could heal the loss of Setsu, but I don't know who. So that's my final love, and romantically I'm through. That's it. That is it. That is it. Back to the Ethiopian story. I just got sidetracked thinking about Setsu. So we're at the Amharic congregation. We're learning Amharic, and something woke up in me. I was like, I'm not black, like as textbook defines. And they kept telling me, Erica, they're like, you guys are Ethiopian. They said, they look Habasha, they look Habasha, like all the time. And I was like, I'm from Savannah. We have no slave records in our family. Well, there was one. I forgot my great granddaddy's name, but he bought himself from slavery. And now the social dynamic allowed Native Americans to escape because they had an elevated status on the plantation. That's what he's telling me in channeling. So, my great-great-great-grandma Ada is a Cherokee Indian. And my grandma Nana, she would say I was half, but that wasn't accurate. She expressed that to me. Well, she was half Cherokee. The other half was a darker tribe. That's it. The other half was a darker tribe. Because remember, the Seminoles and the Redskins are typically dark people on the East Coast. The Yamacraw Indians were dark people. The Creek Indians were dark people. And Coral kept telling me, we Creek Indians. Like, I didn't do the research. I was like, we not Creek Indians, we Cherokee. And now I understand, like, Coral was right. Like, we're Creek and Cherokee. And those people have been in America for thousands of years. Where did they come from? Australia, according to Hidden Colors, was called a satellite of Africa before the massacre in Tasmania and the massacre of the Aborigines as they were pushed into the outback away from the fertile land on the coast. Typical European settlers. Them y'all cousins, so y'all gotta fix that. I ain't mad at y'all. I'm not acting like everybody, Officer Rocks and Bill the Cook and Stefan talk about news. Says, well, I don't want to get news. So, back to this Ethiopian revelation. As I looked at, this was post-mortem. I looked at Muna's pictures. And I'm like, she's got the same hair texture as my cousin Danielle, like the same hair texture. And I study genealogy, I study genetics, at least a little bit, and it has to come from somewhere. And the slaves, as the stories go, it doesn't really make that much sense. I know that there was a slave trade, but the population and my history, my heritage, I can't get around that. I cannot get around the history and my heritage. So, well, the history of my heritage, as in like the Creek Indians, the Yamacraw Indians, the Cherokee Indians, all these people that are in my family, and then like my favorite rapper, MF Doom from the old school rap group KMD, he looks just like Nasser. Don't look at his old pictures when he's gained weight. Look at him as a boy when he's with KMD on the video Peach Fuzz. Look at MF Doom on Peach Fuzz, and you see Nasser Ahmed on a bike in Brooklyn. So I'm putting all these clues together that there's holes in the history books. Sartu, when I worked with her on that montage, and when the face was flipping upside down and whatnot, I was like, wow, she looks just like me. It's like, wow. And she has mannerisms like the women in my family. And Muna has striking family resemblances to like my Nana. Like, it was shocking. Like, Muna had like the same neck tilt, and it's not like this feminine thing, like, you know, there's certain things that are feminine, like, oh, the way a woman moves, the way a woman communicates. It was like family, like, you don't do this. the style of discipline, um, religious practices. While they were Muslims, that means they do certain things that I didn't grow up doing, but I heard about. Like my family in the Gullah Islands and the coast of South Carolina. Like those people, when slavery was a thing, they commuted to the plantation. They didn't live on the plantation. They commuted to the plantation, and they were paid meager wages. Off sometimes a satchel of rice was all they would get when the Confederacy was in control of the economy. So there's a lot of dynamics in Georgia, in low country, the low country. That's what we call it, the low country. These are low, marshy lands. And at that time, white folks ain't like living on those swamps. So that was where Ethiopians lived, or Indians. They were the Indians, as Columbus defined them. And the thing is, remember, Columbus defined us as Indians back in 16-something another. So maybe it was 15-something another. I can't remember. So by the time, you let 500 years pass, we Indians, because the people in power are calling us that, just like we started calling ourselves black. We call ourselves colored. We call ourselves African American. We call ourselves nigger. We call ourselves niggal, like all kinds of names that we use to define ourselves so that we could get money from the people in power so that we could take care of ourselves. Let me see another example. Hayat. There's a video of a Cherokee folk song, and we have to use these descriptors, these adjectives. Black Cherokee. Ain't no such thing as black people. People different shades of brown and pink, tan, twa, all these colors like that. Moi, different shades like that. There ain't no such thing as black people or white people. So it's like there needs to be a new classification called human being. And we just kind of interact with people one-on-one, so there's not culture biases and gender biases. So it's like, how does this person interact with you in a conversation? Can you work well with this person? And that's the thing about that, too. I work well with her. She mean to me in direct messaging, and then she nice to me in my head, and then make me write things. She got me some headphones. She told me, she said, I want you to get up and I want you to walk out the front door of Burger King, the back door towards State Route 9. I walked outside. She said, take X amount of steps forward, take X amount of steps to this direction, that direction, turn around 3 times, look down, and there were some iPhone headphones. I needed iPhone headphones. So that's what I'm saying. This family is like different. It's very different. It's so different to the point where I thought I was insane. But apparently, Erica's family is just dark. And they did the same things, but they knew that I didn't know how to channel, so they kept me out of that cipher. So just the simple fact that these people will talk to me and communicate with me in this way that I've been excluded from. My dad knows how to do it. Like, I had, we weren't allowed to listen to rap songs in Jehovah's Witnesses. And, I have my affinity for hip-hop culture and music. And I had 3 CDs from my friend Sean Roberson, best friend at the time. Bone Thugs and Harmony, East 99, East 99.99, Notorious B.I.G., Ready to Die, and Outkast, A.T. Aliens, the one with the titties on the cover. And I hid the CDs inside, it was once my sister Kelsey's dresser drawer. I moved into her room. After she was disfellowshipped, she left home, and that was a big, heartbreaking and traumatic relationship also, to lose Kelsey to disfellowshipping. And that traumatized me into, I went deep into the cult. I'm never getting disfellowship. I'm never going to violate Jehovah's commands. I'm never going to tell a lie. And even though I lied a few times, I was kissing Shakira in the hallway at Groves High School and summer school, and I lied to my mama because my mama came to pick me up, and I was too busy kissing Shakira, and I knew my mama was outside, and my mama left me, and I had to walk home, or maybe I caught the bus, but my mama was so mad at me. I ain't never seen Vicky that mad. But them lips of Shakira's, God knows. Anyway, the and then Shakira, it was like, now that I'm reflecting on Shakira, it's like that's a Native American woman, and then it's like, yeah, the thing about Hayat, the Cherokee folks, the Black Cherokee folk song, there was like this woman looked exactly like Muna's mother, and these people have like records of how long they've been here, and there's so many women of Native American heritage that look just like Shakira. So I'm seeing all these evidence that's pointing me back to Africa. And so I'm doing this channeling thing, and so I started channeling Moses. And Moses... You want me to channel you? Okay, Muna Ahmed Kelly would like me to channel her. I would like everyone to know that my husband is channeling to understand the world around him. This is a practice we have done in Ethiopia for millennia, for men his age. He is where he is supposed to be for a man his age, for our standards, our country standards. Our family members in Ethiopia do not look down on him and congratulate him for falling in line with guidance from Allah's design. We want you to understand that our differences are cultural and that his behavior is fine. He may lash out in self-defense, but of anything illegal, he will make no pretense. You are safe in his sense. You are safe within his fence. Is that what you said? So what I need Alpharetta to do is channel me, Muna Ahmed Kelly, via my Instagram account at I.am.Muna or my Facebook account at Muna Ahmed, and know that I can come to you in channeling, and I may be able to manifest to you if you have those fifth and higher dimensional sensing ability. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sixth dimension. If you have the capability to see into the sixth dimension, I can manifest myself to you. I can also possess your body, and I'm a good angel. I will not harm you at all. Erica Kelly is on the scene too. We are angels looking over Alpharetta and Milton and Cherokee County too. Our Cherokee ancestors are our friends. We have made friends from Tanzania, Tasmania, all parts of the world, and we're bringing spirits to Alpharetta for everybody to enjoy. Milton is welcome to employ our services. Psychics, please channel Erica. Please channel Muna so we can get more power to communicate and guide Thaka to his grand prize, his daughter Coral, and a stable household with his new wife Sartu. We see you. The channeling community loves you, and we want you to keep sharing videos. These are kind of long, but remember, everything can't be the same length, and we want you to keep singing those Kirk Franklin songs. We would love to hear you sing in Ethiopian, as we call it, Amharic, as you call it. Thank you for sharing your history and your heritage and not censoring the past. That helps us grow closer to you. You are now in line to listen to Riyadh Ahmed channel you. You know you're channeling Riyadh. You know I was in the place when you first saw Muna's face at Michael Kabetti's wedding feast. While Michael Kabetti wasn't getting married, just know I am aware of your relationship with Muna. I simply just didn't respect angel sex with Muna and psychic sex with Sartu being on the internet. It's weird to me, okay? That's private. Now, I understand you didn't want to do it, and you said Allah told me to do it. I didn't believe you. But I have been channeled by Allah himself that he gave Muna and Sartu, and now Erica, the power to guide you. So in the hierarchical world of prayer, you have to talk to your wives first. So they wanted you to make their sexuality something on screen so you would not be a victim of being framed for pedophilia. So I understand we can apologize in channeling, and when the time is right, I will appear. Just like you said, this weird family just appears. As you know, that's different from me. NASA would like to speak. I know you love me. I know you are unaware of how I'm going to respond to you channeling me. But just know, this is what we want you to do. Channel us to meet Sartu publicly. Help us guide you in what you need to say. We understand you were asked to use the B word, but now you see why we thought you were a weak man, because they have a lot of inaccurate ideas, in our opinion, about how they should be presented. Remember, we are Ethiopian men, so if you are submitting to women, we are judging you harshly. So just know we saw you as very, very weak. Just really, really weak, because you just listen to Muna, 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 Muna. Sartu, Sartu, Sartu. And now you're hearing from Erica, post-mortem. We're sorry. We knew we were going to help you clear yourself up for your life after the corruption of your wife, Erica. That's all you have to say.